This is a video about these flags and Amakudari. I'll explain Amakudari later. First of all, the flags, yellow flags, you'll see them all around Yamaguchi Prefecture at least, along the sides of roads. And they're useful for cyclists to let you know which way the wind's blowing. And they say, this one's in mirror writing because the wind's blowing that direction, but it says Kotsuanzen, which means traffic safety, and then there's a pun, Tanoshi, which is a pun on Tanoshi, or fun, Ayo Zukuri Kyogikai, which means fun Ayo, the place name, making Ayo fun, a cooperative association. However, I think this is the same as in all other regions of Japan, a traffic safety organisation primarily, and they put up these flags at the side of the road to encourage drivers to realise that there's a local community with old people and young people and people on bicycles and going out to the shops, and just to be aware of their environment and not to put on the speed too much, and to look around and take care when they're driving. And the sort of the fragility that someone's gone to the bother of putting up something which is made of flimsy material and put it by the side of the road encourages drivers to sort of, pay attention. However, and this is where it comes onto the Amakudari, perhaps, I'm not entirely sure of this, but these flags are paid for by a subscription, a voluntary subscription, which you're encouraged to pay when you renew your license at license renewal centres. And Japanese have to renew their license once every 2 years, and if you've had any kind of infringement or accident, you have to have a course on road safety. And these courses on road safety and the flags are provided by traffic safety associations whose members are retired policemen. And so I believe that it is a possibility that at least these traffic safety associations are Amakudari, or secondary employment positions for policemen. And well, Amakudari is a quite common system, or at least it was in Japan, with pejorative overtones these days. So I'll try and use secondary re-employment position in the rest of this video, because I don't want to be pejorative about it. But when people in positions of responsibility retire, and this happens in America as well, for instance from the army, they get jobs in procurement or in defence contracting companies, and use their connections with their buddies in the army to encourage army purchases to come the way of their new re-employment company. So this is sometimes described as being unfair, because they use connections to pull orders to their company in exchange for getting a high salary and a second retirement bonus, retirement money. So is it fair or not? Well, often these Amakudari people do act in ways to encourage benefit to their new employer, but often they simply lubricate the relationship between their new employer and their old one in ways beneficial, especially in a country where it's not sort of a manual society as they claim we are, where everything is not encoded in written rules and regulations, where in Japan people's interpersonal relationships are far more important. So having that person in the middle who's retired from the previous association just makes for a smoother inter-organizational relationship. And these people aren't doing any of that. They just when they retire from the police force, they put up flags, and they sort of act as a link between the police and drivers and the local community. And I don't suppose it's at all lucrative. Most of the money probably goes on the flags, but I guess that the retired policemen do get a little bit of money. Police are not terribly popular in Japan. I suppose there's a negative attitude towards police all over the world, but they're sort of kind of isolated, and they're never called so-and-so's finest. They're just polite and sort of I think the Japanese are more inclined to believe that power corrupts, and so that they, I don't know, like people ignore them and they're ignored and they keep to themselves, but they put up these flags and give courses on road traffic safety. And I like the flags these days. I didn't pay my subscription last time, but perhaps next time I renew my license I'll pay for the flags.